So I am doing a reading today on the Nipsey Hussle conspiracy. As you've all probably heard of the rapper called Nipsey Hussle. Apparently he died on the 31st of last month, which was, where are we now? We're in April now, so yeah, that was March. And basically, he basically died of somebody killing him, which was apparently supposed to be a friend or someone that he no longer classed as a friend anymore for such and such reason. But there's conspiracies going around on why he could have died, and there's attachments to him wanting to release a documentary on a doctor which is called Dr. Sebi, who actually basically he was a like a herbalist doctor that healed people in the community of like serious illnesses like AIDS, cancer and HIV and like you know, other serious illnesses, as well as like diabetes and like a load of different illnesses. He was healing people, okay, with his herbs. And also Nipsey Hussle was one of his like patients. I think he went to go and see him and spend some time with him like for his own healing, and he was so impressed with like his work and what he'd done for the people and healing them and stuff. He basically wanted to share this with the world, like, you know, through a documentary. So basically he wanted to put out a documentary on this Dr. Sebi, which also Dr. Sebi had died. Yeah, Dr. Sebi had died a couple of years ago because they wanted to imprison him, or Dr. Sebi, for being a fake doctor, basically practicing medicine without, you know, the proper legal documentations and, you know, whatever. So basically Dr. Sebi had died in prison, or after being arrested, maybe a few days or a week, I don't know how long it was after being arrested. And there was also, you know, conspiracies going on to why Dr. Sebi died as well. Like, there's no proper evidence to why he died either. So anyway, I decided to do a spread on Nipsey Hussle, and you know, because this story really touched me. Like, I know it's been touching a lot of different people, and I just, like, I can't even understand. There's a lot of synchronicity to this whole thing, like even the lead up to his death, because I never even knew about Nipsey personally myself. Like, I never used to listen to his music. I didn't even know who he was until like 2 weeks, I mean not even 2 weeks, a week before he died. Like, a friend of mine was playing his music on YouTube, and I happened to watch it, and I was like, wow, it's like I took a liking to like just the way he looked, like his vibe, his energy. Like, he kind of reminded me like of an old school type of rapper, and like he had like an old soul type of vibe to him, which, you know, I kind of like resonate with, because a lot of people say I have a kind of an old soul too. So anyway, I just found it quite interesting, and you know, I've had a lot of different other synchronicities, but I'm not going to get into that. What I am going to get into is the conspiracy that I feel like, well, what I'm kind of picking up through, you know, other people's opinions of the fact that this whole thing with Nipsey Hussle being shot and killed, and for the reasons that he had been killed, could be actually a hoax, guys. Yeah, this whole thing could actually be a hoax, because my theory is that, you know, Nipsey Hussle was going around in the community, basically in a very ghetto community, you know, where it's shunned upon, you know, as us black people anyway, a lot of the time by the white supremacy, and the white people, we get looked down upon, and, you know, going back to, you know, the old slavery days and all that. But anyway, let's not get into that. What I want to talk about is what I'm seeing through my tarot cards. So basically, I asked if Nipsey Hussle is really dead when I was pulling my cards. And the first card that jumped out here was the Temperance card. Now, the Temperance card looks like an angel. Yes, the Temperance card is a Sagittarius card. The Sagittarius card is means balance, means peace, means just wanting tranquility and peace. All right. So I feel like Nipsey Hussle and maybe his family were being harassed by Illuminati, maybe people from the Hollywood. This card here is also a Sagittarius card. Just to give you a little bit of fact, this Sagittarius card, well, his wifey, Lauren London, she's a Sagittarius, by the way. Let's just put that in there. She's a Sagittarius. Now, if we look down here, here is the card of the Chariot. Now, remember that picture? I don't know if anyone saw it online, where Nipsey Hussle and his wife were traveling on this white, or there was a picture, should I say, of her on a white horse, and he was standing next to it. Well, just look at this a minute. That's her up here, Sagittarius. Here's her down here. Just imagine she's sitting on the white horse. This is the black horse there. You can imagine that's the white, that's Nipsey. Yeah, he standing next to her. There's someone here behind them, yeah, giving orders. All right. So anyway, somebody was ordering something, and I feel like it had something to do with the fact that Nipsey Hussle was going around like he was playing Black Jesus. That's my personal thought. He was going around playing Black Jesus in the community. And yeah, because he basically come from a life of, you know, that type of thug life where, you know, he knew about, you know, the gangster life and all that kind of stuff. And he knew about road and, you know, selling and spraying people, whatever you call it, because me, I'm not into the thug life. All right. So anyway, now he basically was going around trying to save the community. Okay. And by saving the community, he was looking like a Black Jesus. You know, he was showing the people how to do things better and how to bring the Black communities together. You know, the ones that had beef, all the like gangs, the different coded gangs, and, you know, all the different names that they have for them. He was basically trying to make peace in the community with our Black brothers and sisters, basically, and especially in the lower communities, and teaching them how to get along, as well as use their money, like whatever money that they're making. He was teaching them how to invest their money wisely and how to secure themselves, you know, through their own, you know. He was basically teaching them how to be self-made as well. So anyway, he's got a girlfriend, which is Lauren London. Remember the Sagittarius. Now, Lauren London, she basically is a Hollywood star. Now, remember, the Hollywood community, they are like, they're like the most high in power. You know what I mean? You know? So anyway, I feel like because she was attached to Hollywood, what her husband was doing in the community, it hit a nerve with Hollywood, all right? And I feel like they threatened Lauren London. They threatened Lauren London because they said, if your husband, this is my theory, if your husband doesn't stop going around in the community, you know, messing up, you know, what we're doing, basically. Maybe it wasn't that word, you know, that way of wording it, but basically they were going to mess her up if he didn't stop. They were going to fuck up her family. You know what I mean? They were going to fuck up his family, her family, if he didn't stop going around preaching all this goodness, trying to wake up our Black people and set them straight, trying to help us, because he was going around playing Black Jesus, like I said. And, you know, he was trying to wake us up and trying to get Black people, of, you know, especially in the thug community. You know what I mean? He was trying to wake them up big time. And because there's a lot of power in our Black community as it is, but we don't know how to use it Or should I say, or shall I say, sometimes we feel like we can only use it when the white man says to use it. So anyway, or when the white man helps us to use it, you know. Anyway, she was basically probably given orders. You know, if she didn't abide by these orders, or if her and her husband Nipsey didn't abide by these orders, their riches, of coins, their riches would be taken away from them, and maybe he would be thrown into jail. All right, he would be thrown into prison. He'd be ripped of his riches. See him holding on tight to his riches. See them holding on tight to their money. You know, they had to make a decision. This is the balance card, and this is moving forward. Look at these two horses. Like, you have to choose which horse are you getting on, which way are you going. You know what I mean? So basically, he had to make a choice, and it was regarding him being able to hold on to his money, not going to jail, and still being able to stay alive. And because he was such a big influence, he was going to come out with, you know, a documentary on Dr. Sebi. You know, the man that healed all sorts of different diseases. The man that basically is saying that he can save lives. Like, any disease there is out there, he has a cure for it. So he was given these orders. So anyway, Nipsey and his wife were given their orders. Because if you notice, I'm not being funny, if you notice, not a tear had been shed. Not one tear. If you look at the family members, like, the public are saying, oh yeah, we cried, I don't know why this has touched us, blah, 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 blah. All right? But when you look at the videos of his family members, not one of them has shed a tear. Even the message that came out from Lauren London, no disrespect to her, because like I said, if there's something going on behind the scenes, they had to do what they had to do. But her message that she came out with was very simple, very bland. She took a long time to say anything. You know what I mean? Like, there's something dodgy about the whole thing. Grandma was smiling even. Like, she didn't look sad. She looked hype. She looked excited. She looked, you know, even the message that she had towards the person that had killed her grandson, even though, you know, you can say a bit of a compassionate but still like feel hurt, she was not hurt. They was like, I hope they pray for him. I hope they pray for him. Like, but it was in a good way. Like, there was no sadness. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So anyway, he was given these orders. He had to make this choice. All right, this card here is the High Priest. This is the higher order card. This is like cool. Yeah, this is like the highest person, you know, higher authority. This is, you know, and this is him, you know, in order. This is the orders they were given in order to keep his coin, in order to be able to hold up his family and his money. Keep his family, keep his money. Family in one hand, coin in the other hand, right? So in order for him to do this, he had to move forward, take the leap of faith. This is the Fool card, taking the leap of faith. Look, the Fool card. He got on the white horse, honey. He had to fake his death. Yeah? This is the injured card, or being out in the cold card, yeah? This is being out in the cold. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah? This is if any other card had come up for him really dying, there would have either been a death card, or there would have been maybe the 4 of Swords. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, the 4 of Swords is like somebody in a tomb in a coffin. Yeah? This is just like an injured card. So this is like, it's almost fake. All right? And I've pulled other cards anyway where there's deception cards. But I'll show you anyway if I have time. So anyway, moving along. So now he's moved forward, faked his death. This is the fake. For me, this is him faking his death card, yeah? Pretending that he's injured. He's gone forward with this agreement that they've given him to keep his money. He's gone forward with it now to fake his death. Bam. Here it is. Wish fulfillment. Why is there wish fulfillment after his death? All right, then. There's wish fulfillment. Why? Because he's been paid off. He's been granted his life. He's been granted to be able to keep his life, keep his family, and still keep his money. And everything he's worked for, all his fruit, is still on his table. Yeah? And then what did they say? Right, if you take this money, all right, this is them offering their cup. If you take this money now, we will put you where nobody knows. All right? This is the moon. This is a secret. All right? I'm not being funny. This is is this synchronicity, or is this, you know, is this... This is the moon card, love. This is the card where all this has happened around the new moon energy, you know, this secret energy that's come about. Yeah, all of this has gone on around this new moon energy. All right, so now there's this new moon, and I mean there's this moon, sorry, and this secret. Yeah, because this also stands for a secret. The moon is hidden. Look how mysterious it is. Hidden. But guess what? This is all going to come to light because there's a lantern in her hand. So anyway, he's gone forward. He's taken this offer. He's had to travel. Yeah, he didn't really want to, because he knew he had to leave something behind. What did he leave behind with the Two of Wands? Now everybody knows the Two of Wands. You have to leave something behind to move forward. Yeah, if you're a tarot reader, you know. You have to move. You have to leave something behind to move forward. So he had to leave his fame behind. He didn't lose his fortune. Oh no, because he's got wish fulfillment here. He was able to keep something. But he had to leave his fame behind. Yeah? Everything that he had worked on energetically, yeah, with opening up people's minds and all that stuff, his speeches and all that kind of stuff, he had to leave that behind. But he's got another wand in his hand, which means he's taking his family, his cat, his dog, his mouse, his whatever else, he's taking that with him. Yeah, and that's why none of them are crying. Huh? Who's crying here? Look at this wish fulfillment. Offers coming in, wish fulfillments. Hello, look at this. He's been paid out. Everything's been balanced now. Yeah, in the beginning, that's what they wanted, was balance. They wanted this balance. After moving along all these cards and what he had to do, honey, look, here's the pay. He's been paid. And guess what cards came out together? The two cards that came out together. The boat, yeah, six of swords. Him moving on with what? His money. Moving on with his money. These two cards came out together. Look at him looking at his money. Like, yep, I still got my money. I got my family. You know, I got my kids. You know, we're still getting paid. All right. So now the last card I had pulled was this Seven of Cups. So I'm going to clarify this card because I didn't. This is the last card I didn't clarify. So you just clarify this. Now, why is the Seven of Cups here, please? Why is the Seven of Cups here? Bam. Now, I'm not being funny. This is not a joke. Yeah? Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. This is him in his new beginning. He's had to make choices. He's had to make choices. Look at these cups. Yeah? That means he had to make a choice. He had to pick a decision, you know, that was going to bring him to a new, brand new beginning. This is him standing proud and strong, powerful. Look at this. This is even masculine energy. Look at it. It represents the male phallicant. Yeah? Like, victory has been won here. You know? Because there's a new passionate new beginning now for him. Yeah? He's been ripped of his fame, but he's had to move on to something different. He couldn't be preaching about saving the community no more. He couldn't be going around like Black Jesus no more, telling the people, look, this is how we're supposed to come together. This is how we're supposed to live. They've killed off all of our important Black speakers and people that have tried to help our community. They've tried to kill them off many times over. They've succeeded, and now what they do is they pretend. They will make a deal with you to pretend that you've died, to end that big name that you have going around trying to save people in the community, because they don't want us to be saved. They don't want us to be saved in this community. They just want us low, down and under. You know what I mean? So when people like Nipsey and when people like, you know, big speakers that have died in the past, like Malcolm X and, you know, Martin Luther King and some of the other ones which have died, you know, they've always tried to stop their power. Nelson Mandela, all of them, they've tried to stop our black people's power. Because they don't want us healed. They want you to think it's all right to go around killing and shooting each other in the community. They want you to go around crazy, not knowing whether you're coming and going, living with depression and illnesses and sadnesses and being in a low vibration. They don't want you to elevate, honey. They don't want you to. So they threatened him. They threatened to take away all his stuff, his family, his everything, if he didn't make this choice. They gave him 2 choices. Look at this man with his hand up. Look, what's he got? 2 fingers up. 2 fingers. There was 2 choices. There was 2 choices. Either you get to keep your family and keep your money and do what we say, fake your death, and we'll provide a place for you to go and change your identity and live your life. Change your name, everything, and live your life. Or we will strip you of your money and we will put you in prison for life. They probably torture his family as well. You know? But Lauren London, she knew that she had to save her family, because she knew that she was a major part of the issue as well, because she had tight connections to Hollywood. You know, she was in that film ATL. That was her Hollywood film. You know, that's how she's eating. You know, that's how she's eating. Don't get me wrong, Nipsey's eating. They're all eating because they all, you know, they're family at the end of the day. But that was her thing. That was her main role. That was her main thing. That was her own, you know. Her Hollywood was her own thing before she even met Nipsey, you know. And they threatened her and her family. They threatened her and her family. So she had to find a way to move on. Move them on. They threatened her. She had to tell her husband, or maybe they threatened the both of them. Either way, this threat was through her. It had something to do with her. And I've always felt like, you know, there's something about Lauren. There's something about Lauren that's not sitting right with me when this announcement came out that he died and stuff like that. And I started watching her, like, because I don't even pay attention to Lauren London like that either. I heard about her a few times. Me, I'm not really a celebrity fan or anything like that. That's just me. I'm not really into celebrities and, you know, all this fan stuff. Oh, you know, I'm into this one and that one. No, I'm not that type of person. I'm a person, I pick up energies very easily. I've got a strong intuition. And from before he died, like I said, this man came to me like I knew something was gonna happen. Like I knew something was gonna happen with this man even. Because I was even saying to my friend as well, I said, hey, is this not the same guy that we were sitting and watching together on the TV talking about young guys dying and this, that? And then a week later, he's coming up on my Facebook page with a picture saying this guy has died. It was just so weird. And the other people that were dying from the video that the video with some, you see, I'm not good with these rappers' names. There's another rapper out there where there's some guys dying from listening to his music. And Nipsey was in the same video as this guy. So at first I was thinking, I wonder if it's got something to do with that. But this whole thing, it's guys, all I'm saying is the Illuminati and everything else that's going on in the world, it's real. It's real, it's real, it's real. You know, open your eyes, you know, allow your perspective to change sometimes. Don't just sit and be one way. Be open-minded, you know, be open-minded, be a free spirit, be, you know, have have optimism, you know, be optimistic. Don't just believe one thing and go with it. Use your own brain, use your own intuition, guys, because something here just didn't seem right. And I feel like this is what it is. I feel like Lauren London, you know, you know, Hollywood. Come on, guys. You know, Hollywood, they control everything. You know, she was going to be ripped clean. He was going to be ripped clean. He would have been put into prison, and she would have, you know, just putting it out there. Hello, she working in Hollywood. She wrote her name in blood. You know, she already done the oath. So in order for her to save her family, she had to say, Nips, this is what you're doing. You're doing the most in the community, babe, and they don't like it. It could have even been a thing where, nah, let me not get into that. I'm not going to put any more conspiracy out there like that. I'm just saying that is just one of these things where I feel like she was definitely the one that had something to do with this whole thing, through the fact that she and Hollywood have a relationship. You know, they have a relationship, and where her husband, he's a free, strong-minded, conscious spirit that's all for goodness now, healing, protecting, making sure, you know, you build and you work and you keep what is yours, and, you know, opening up the people to the fact that they can heal, they can move forward in life, they can be successful, they can get along, they can love, they can, you know, do great things. I feel like Hollywood didn't like it and got at him through her. That's all I'm saying, guys. You know, that's all I'm saying. He's had to start afresh. This is him starting afresh. Look, he's still standing. He's still alive. He had to make a decision. You know? He had to make a decision because, you know, there were snakes coming for him. Look, in the cups. You know? It was a very mind-boggling decision that he had to make. You know? Because him already being a conscious man and knowing what these people are about, it must have been very hard for him to trust whatever it was that they were telling him, or whatever it was, whatever offer it was that he had to take in order to still keep his money, still keep his family, and at the same time still keep his freedom. That's him, free, a free man. This is even a fire sign. Ace of Wands. What is Nipsey Hussle? He's a Leo, a fire sign. Ace of Wands. Look, he's still standing. Like I said, he's been paid out. He had to move on. You know, he had to make some harsh decisions, but now he's still standing. But we're all in the dark. Try to work it out. So that's it. I'm going to leave you with that. My dramatic conspiracy tarot read about Nipsey Hussle and Dr. Sebi. I can imagine maybe he's been paid out to move on with his riches as well. I mean, I could be wrong. That's for me to, you know, look into. But as for this conspiracy theory, I feel like this is how I feel about it. This is what my cards are telling me as well. So yeah. So anyway, I still respect Nipsey Hussle. I feel like he's a good dude, especially, you know, coming up in the community, trying to help change lives, you know, doing great things as a husband, you know, as a father, you know, as a ex-thug, basically, you know, as someone that's a businessman in the community, as someone that's a motivator, as a speech coach, motivator for, you know, an advocate for the young, for our youngsters in the community. Like, he's a positive, you know, his energy will always be, it won't die. No matter what. They tried to take him down because he had a powerful energy that would have helped to, you know, cut a lot of problems in the black community as well. As soon as they notice them, they take them down, honey. It's sad, but, you know, this is just a message for us to keep striving for the greatest. You know, keep his message alive. Keep all of our black positive advocates that once was, keep their message alive. Keep striving. Even if we have to strive in secret, in silence, we have to keep going as a community, as a people, as one. Knowing our higher power, knowing our higher strength, and knowing that we can't let anybody destroy us. Nothing will destroy us. Keep learning, keep educating yourselves, people. Keep knowing your mind, know thyself. Yeah, know thyself and keep knowing thyself. Keep learning and adding to your knowledge of thyself, my people. You'll be strong. Yeah. It's time that we stop all the gun crime and all the violence in the community. It's time that we find a way to just break it down now, put it to an end. You know what I mean? All this negative energy that's flowing around. It's time that we do heal ourselves, you know? And if we have to heal ourselves in quiet, then we have to heal ourselves in quiet. You know, we can preach secretly. We don't have to preach aloud. We can preach secretly, you know? Sometimes, you know, when we show off, that's when they know what we're doing, you know, because we're going around and we want to speak it loud, you know, but we have to remember these people, they have control over the world. And in order for us to get out, we have to plot in silence, you know, we have to plot in silence. We have to do our thing in silence, you know, if that means us all coming together in silence, we come together in silence, you know, we have to do what we've got to do. But we have to do it in a humble way, not in no hype way. God didn't want us to be all egoistic and hype about what we're doing. You know, God wanted us to be humble about it. Because trust and believe, the humbleness is the victory. That's what a lot of people don't know. That's what a lot of people really don't understand. Just being humble is victory. And it brings more and more victory. Because when you're humble, you are a king, you're a queen. That is a true king and queen, not ego. Yeah, being humble. Remember I tell you that, my people. Yeah? Loving to you all. I'm going to leave you now. But take care. I'm Queen Lisa, by the way. All right? Take care. And if you want to speak to me, I'll leave all my details and my email and stuff like that. If you want to drop me a message, or if you want to just drop a message under in the comments part. But do like, comment and subscribe, and I'll speak to y'all soon. Thank you. Bye.